Hey guys, it's Brad. Just jumping in with a quick editor's note. This episode did not record right. We sound a little weird through parts of it, and not much we can do at this point. So enjoy the episode nonetheless. Thanks for listening. What's up, everybody? It's Brad with the Mature Minded Gamers, and we're here tonight with another episode of Star Trek Discovery, Season 3, Episode 10, Terra Firma, Episode 2. Guys, this was kind of a good episode. What did you guys think?
I loved it. And we were kind of right?
Kinda.
I thought it was pretty decent.
Lots of action, lots of killing.
Yeah, lots of surprises. There were some good Easter eggs in here.
Right? Lots of tears? Or was it just me?
I didn't shed any tears.
Oh man, that Giorgio and Burnham goodbye was good.
Well, also, who wants to tell us a little bit about the episode this evening?
Yeah, I can wing it here from the start. We get them right back on the well, actually, it took off right from where the first part one ended, with her, sending Burnham to the what's it called? Not the shock chamber, but whatever they're called.
Agonizer.
Agonizer, thank you. And we get that whole scene, and Burnham is definitely, man, her hatred. Like, you just feel her hatred. She is such a good actress. Like, man, she's so good.
I agree.
And she just nailed it. And I knew right from the start that she was going to backstab her. Like, you could just kind of tell. I don't know. Even though for a brief second when I thought, okay, maybe this is going to go with her backing her up, and then like I predicted earlier, getting what's his face on there, the captain that betrayed her. I can't think of his name now. Lorca, yeah. I thought before I'd predicted that Lorca was going to come back and almost kill Giorgio, and then Vernon was going to save her. But after the agonizing treatment and everything she did hate, I kind of knew it wasn't going to happen at that point, but I didn't know how they were going to play it out. But man, it's just full of action and killing and backstabbing. I love the scene with Giorgio and Saru. But I'm blazing forward here. What did you guys think of the beginning section? Right, it was that good. You can't even talk about it. So let's start out with.
Damn it! I'm over here talking with my mic muted.
Oh, sorry. Take us away, Brad.
Yeah. So I obviously wasn't totally into the last episode. I thought that it was kind of a lackluster part one, and it wasn't much without this episode, and this episode is a part two. So I'll be honest, I was a little more into this episode. I had to go back and watch the first part, Terra Firma part one, to get into the mood for this second one. But I think the first part did a lot better job of getting the ball rolling. I don't know.
I definitely agree. It was more fast paced, more what we're used to with Discovery.
Mm-hmm.
Will, what'd you think there at the beginning?
I was actually pretty excited to actually see Burnham in the Agonizer. I thought it was great how she was just so vicious to Giorgio. And I was thinking, man, like, I don't know how Giorgio really thinks that she's going to turn her, and actually get her to go, move back into the fold as far as like with the Empire and everything. And I was just so like waiting to see what was going to happen next, and how Burnham was actually going to break out of it and eventually end up killing Giorgio. That's what I figured was going to happen the whole time.
It was nice to watch her evolve too. Like, you could see Giorgio. I think Saru even, or whatever he's called in the Prime World or whatever. Saru even said that you're not the Terran version, or you're not Terran. That's what he said. And and she was the Terran version. Well, we assume. But she's just changed, so made her seem like a different person. I thought that was a really cool arc for her character.
Well, but we never really even saw that. All the times when she was interacting with the entire crew, she was really still the Terran, the Terran Giorgio. And then all of a sudden, when we're back in you really see how they have kind of pushed their influence on her and really kind of just changed her mindset. I mean, even when she's telling Saru, quote unquote, the Saru in this verse, that Vashar or whatever it's called, and She even says, "Hey, there was a leader, or a captain of a ship. His name was Saru. His family, his sister. Oh, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy the
So
character development I saw.
in this universe, in the Terran universe, I don't think Kelpians had names. Recognized that she was referring to him.
But she calls him that later.
Well, that's true.
But that's after they've been, confidant or confidants or whatever you want to call it, where she's told him a lot, and he's also helping her and trust her now, and like she told him the whole thing about the Bahari and how he could survive it, and then he realized, and he did mention that his sister and a bunch of their family had died
For the calling. Their calling.
Yeah,
Right.
they didn't die. They were cold.
Yeah. And then that I just thought that was really good.
Absolutely. That whole scene I thought was just great.
I loved watching Killy like do her thing. Man, I don't know what it is about her, but she does like
She
seeing
talks some
her.
shit back to Giorgio, man.
Well, right. Well, seeing her doing Tilly in Discovery, I would have never thought she could pull off a mean Killy, but she does a good job. She's a good actress too.
Yeah,
got a
she's
lot
all
of-
right.
She's got a lot of range.
I-
And the whole crew really did that too. Honestly, I thought they all did a good job. It was all very believable, and it was nice. I can just imagine them having a blast, being able to totally reverse play their normal character of being a good guy, being able to be like a hard ass Terran. I bet that was a lot of fun for him.
Right. So what did you guys think about Burnham's like the whole like Firefly thing and coming to terms with like Giorgio and eating the bread and then bowing down before Giorgio again? Did you believe that she was actually coming back to the fold and gonna bow at the Emperor's feet the whole time?
Well, I mean, if I'm being honest, I was kind of tricked a bit because initially no, but then the more of the badges she brought back, and then I was kind of like, okay. But then when she killed Detmer, that was when I was like, okay, maybe she is actually coming around.
Right.
The Fireside thing was interesting because that is something that happened before she met our Discovery Burnham. So she did have a heart. Like she wasn't always a hard ass Terran apparently, right? Like she took Burnham in. Like they've referenced that a few times. She took Burnham in. She didn't necessarily need to, and then they kind of brought it back with, oh well, to help her night terrors, they had Fireflies. And so maybe this isn't just all Burnham playing on. She's maybe had a heart the whole time, but it just kind of really brought it out when she went over.
Yeah, but didn't they kind of preface this earlier by saying there was like a reason for it? I don't remember what it was, but I thought there was like a reason that she had done all this to, like, I don't know, shame the enemy or something like that. I don't remember.
I'm sure they did, like because you would want to give that appearance of, well, why are you doing something nice? Well, it's to get it back, because she says that a couple times. That's why she didn't kill Burnham. She's gonna make the punishment worse, and she's gonna let Tilly punish her because Tilly's the best interrogator or torturer or whatever they say.
Right.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty crazy when she just turned and stabbed Detmer just right there. It was pretty nuts.
Yeah, didn't see that coming.
So it was really kind of cool when she. Do we want to blaze forward to? We kind of talked about it. Was there anything else that happened until the conclusion of the Terran universe?
What? Yeah, lots happened.
Well,
I mean,
then-
we got to the point of her killing Detmer, and then after that point, there was, they shuttled forward to that. They narrowed down who it was had been working for Lorca. They got his personal code name, which was, I can't remember right now. But anyway, they got his personal
Vicar?
code name.
Vicar?
Yeah, Vicar. And then they found who was communicating to him. They tracked that guy down, and then in the midst of that, is when
You have to be Ryza, by the way, which was I thought
Yeah.
awesome.
at Ryza, okay, and then after that happened is when the final backstabbing came up. I mean, like, yeah, a lot happened before the conclusion of the Terran universe thing.
Speaking of which, how Michael just like straight up just shot that guy in the head, that I was not expecting.
yeah,
Like,
that's
why even shoot him?
well, especially since she's about to jump ship with Giorgio, or try to take out Giorgio.
Right.
Like I didn't quite understand why she killed him right there. I was a little bit confused, but obviously then all hell breaks loose, and we find out that Michael still has people on her side, right?
Right.
And they're there to kill Giorgio, but Giorgio kind of knew it, she says, and here comes Killy and Saru and another Kelpian come in and help, and there was another officer, I forget who it was. But anyway, so they end up fighting.
yeah.
Oh, there you go. They end up fighting, and we get the awesome battle between Michael and Giorgio, and they end up stabbing each other simultaneously almost.
More or less.
Yeah, it's kind of a cool way to go out. The giant sword, that was pretty awesome. And then we get, Saru coming in there and trying to save her basically, and you could tell the other officers, Killy and whoever you said she was, I can't think of her name, darn it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of waiting. I'm like, are they gonna finish her off? Or are they gonna help her? What's gonna happen here? But it cuts out, and we get them back at the portal. So I didn't see this happening with the portal. Like we said earlier, that was from an original series show, and they brought it back with the voice. I thought that was cool. That was the whole voice that you heard from the original series when he said, I forget what he even said, but it boomed like the original sound effects did when they originally brought that in. I thought that was kind of a cool.
Without looking it up, what was the name of the episode that was in?
The Outer Worlds? Is that right? Outer Worlds is what I'm gonna go with.
Oh crap, that's not right. But now I don't remember what it was. Shoot, I had it, and it was gonna be this awesome trivia moment, and then I blew it.
City on the Edge of Forever.
City on the Edge Forever. Dang.
Yeah, that was a really good callback. I love that they're dipping things from older Trek in, and they, especially the original series. I mean, we've got a ton of that. And he wasn't a Q, he was that guy. And I kind of like how they touched it in with how he was in hiding because of the whole
Temper Wars.
Yeah, Temper Wars and stuff. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
And they also, referenced back to the computer data as the only reason they were able to find him, because it had all that knowledge. That was just really cool. And I also liked how it was a test, because I didn't really see that. I almost thought it was like she had to fix herself, or she had to find her way back or something. I didn't see her coming back onto the planet, I guess. I thought she would find her way through or stay in the Terran world or something. So I like how he said, this is a test, and even though you failed, you tried, Like there was just no turning that situation around.
Right. His exact words that he was weighing her. And I was sitting there thinking, like, man, is weighing her for transport, or for her coffin, or what? But I guess more like weighing her soul to see what choices she would make.
Right, because even references, not a lot of people got this opportunity for a second chance, and he was going to send her back to before the universes started to pull apart, which obviously is right back where we were for Discovery, I think, because I think they referenced that earlier, somebody did.
Well, do you think that's going to be tie into being the same timeline that the Pike show is going to be? And you think so that really kind of means that Section 31 is going to be like after the original or before the original series, or what do you think that's going to fall us?
I think it's going to happen right after they go through the portal. We'll see.
Well, I understand, but like when they go to the portal, what era are the two? Because he talked about the Prime and the Mirror universes are not drifting apart. So is that prior to? Is that going to be during the Pike series, or is that going to be Next Generation series, or what?
No,
it was before that.
It was right after Discovery jumped, I think, is when they started pulling apart.
Okay.
If I understand what you're talking about.
Right, because what we had talked about, we had kind of been speculating when this Section 31 show was going to happen, whether it was going to be future, because I know, Brad, that was your popular opinion, was going to be the future. And, I know we've all come up with crazy harebrained schemes, none better than Eric's, but I think that it's going to be interesting to see if we're going to have some crossover with the Section 31 and the Pike show.
Yeah, I think we will. I mean, but if it's not going to be in the future like that, I think we are going to see some crossover there, because I mean, it's probably likely going to be, kind of the fall of Section 31 after Control, but before it turns into what it is, kind of
right.
I don't know, like the reformation of Section 31 being more Cloak and Dagger than even it was in Discovery season 2.
Well, we never saw Pike and Giorgio interact, right? I mean, they weren't even on the show at the time, right?
No, they were. She was on the ship for a little bit, and she saved Discovery when Pike was the captain.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't she the one piloting that Section 31 ship? Or at least she was on board one of them.
Okay. Well, and that's what I didn't remember. I was going to say, maybe they meet each other again. And
no, I definitely think she'll show up in a few Pike episodes.
They'll cross over there.
Yeah, I think they definitely. I mean, it'd be a missed opportunity if they don't. I think they definitely will. But yeah, I'm excited. I mean, honestly, Brad's idea of being in the future, I think, would have been awesome, just because I love being somewhere we haven't been before. So they can do anything they want. It's a wide open board. So I'm kind of sad it's not in the future, but who's to say that she won't travel in the future? Or maybe she'll, she's Section 31, so they can kind of do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, but she's also, I doubt she wants to travel there in the future. I mean, she's already gone through all this because of time travel. I don't know, if I was going through the same thing, if somebody says, okay, you're going back to the past because, you've traveled to the future and you're going to die, so we're going to send you back in time so that you can live. And I get back there and like, oh, we're going to send you to the future. Uh-oh. Like, no, thank you.
Well, but that took, what, a month? Or I don't know how long they've been in the future before she started having issues. And so, and I think
Been in the future a lot longer than a month.
No, I don't think so. Well, has it?
Well, regardless, I'm just saying, like, I would still need, no thanks. I'm good.
Well, I think anytime we've seen some traveler from the future, they've always had a device to protect themselves from that kind of thing, right? I forget what they call it, like a temporal shield or something. Didn't they do that a lot in the other episodes when we see a time traveler come in? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I was thinking that's one reason.
I mean, I don't think you're wrong. I'm just trying
I don't remember. I mean, in the Next Generation, that one guy that was just stealing technology to take back to the past, I don't recall having one.
Yeah. Who knows how they're going to go with it, but
so many options, so many potential things there. I just
Right.
think it'd be cool to have Giorgio on the Enterprise. I think that'd be really cool.
I don't know how they do that, but wait, you mean Pike's Enterprise? Yeah, definitely.
Pike's Enterprise, yeah,
definitely.
No, Archer's Enterprise.
Archer, yes. How cool would that be? She goes back to Archer time frame. Then we got Riker on there, and he could be like, "Oh, it's just a holodeck episode."
No, we just get more Scott Bakula.
So in between,
that would be crazy. He's the one captain that nobody's talked about bringing back.
Well, yeah, okay. So let's flesh out that crazy random theory right there, because if you think about it, the real craziness involved in that is that their Enterprise was all based on a holodeck with Riker, right? So we've not really met the real Archer. So what if she takes us back? Section 31 is all in Enterprise time, and we get to meet the real Captain Archer. Too much?
No, this is never too much. I love it. I wonder if she'll show up in Picard, because they could do that.
That's the future, though.
Well, yeah, but
that's after the Temporal Wars, isn't it?
No. It's only 30 years from Discovery. Is that right? I think 30 or 40 years.
From Discovery, Picard is a lot.
Sorry,
from Discovery.
From Enterprise is what I meant, or I mean from
Next Generation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, okay, but I mean, who knows what time zone she's going to end up in. So I mean, I'm assuming this world spreading apart thing's kind of slow. That I'm assuming there's a range. I guess is what I'm thinking. There's a range that she could come in at and be safe. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Anyways, let's
get her on D Space Nine, and I'm happy.
Let's keep moving on. Maybe she's going to be on the supposed Riker and Troy show they're making.
Maybe she'll be on Voyager.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
What other series have we not touched? No.
Star Trek, the original series, the animated?
No, Lower Decks.
Lower Decks, yeah. She's going to show up in Lower Decks.
So in between all this stuff in the Terran world, we get a couple cutbacks. We get a scene with Saru and Michael, or not Michael, sorry, Saru and Book talking to the Admiral because they finally figured out how to track down this Kelpian ship. And they did that because we finally got to see Book and what he's good at, which is apparently engineering. Is that what you guys picked up from this? Is he going to be another engineer?
Well, he said that he had some engineering skills, remember? I'm pretty good engineer. This was last episode when he was like, "Oh, I could stay aboard the ship," or two episodes ago.
I think he's kind of a book of all trades. Get it?
But
yeah, that was bad.
Come on.
But we got to see your guys' favorite. I can't remember her name.
We got to see Tig.
Janet. Reno. Yeah,
Jet Reno.
Jet Reno. Yes, and she's eating a
licorice. Janet Reno.
No, I said Jet Reno. Did I say Janet?
You
Freudian
started
slip.
yes. That's good.
Whoever.
That's good.
Though it was a very short scene, it was nice having all that engineering power and science power together in one room.
I thought it
But-
was pretty hilarious when they were like, where have you been? Because you've been saying that for the
Yeah,
past couple episodes, Eric.
that
Right.
was pretty dang funny when he was like, "Where have you even been?" That was pretty meta, and I really liked it.
Totally agree. I loved that too. Did you hear what she was working on though?
Something about a different warp propulsion or a warp energy, which I
And-
thought that was cool.
And she also said she almost had it, which was interesting. Like, is she serious? Like, are they going to solve this giant issue that Federation has been having for the last 130 years?
No, because what she's fixing doesn't have anything to do with the burn or dilithium. It had to do with the way, anyway, warp energy was transferred and whatnot.
Yeah, but won't
Right?
that
So,
but won't that help all the other ships?
right.
Sure, it's going to help everybody, but she's still got to have dilithium to make everything work. Like it doesn't magically like get rid of the need for dilithium.
I think Eric's on to something.
Oh, of course we do.
All right. So yeah, we get that whole scene. We get the Admiral, which, man, I'll tell you what, this guy goes from loving and happy and being supportive of what Discovery wants to do to being like, no, I don't like how you're handling this. You guys get that? What is going on with this?
I don't know. I'm not really a big
Well,
fan.
I think
of
he's
it
just
right now.
I think he's just kind of being cautious, man.
Well, yeah, but he was like all for it, and Shrew didn't want to do it last week, remember? Going to Terra Firma or whatever the name of that planet was, and
No, he wasn't non-supportive of that. He was more concerned as far as like with Book altering adding this device to Discovery, potentially giving the Emerald Chain a leg up for the starship that's kind of like their ace in the hole. And then plus at the same time, the captain of the Discovery, his ace in the hole, isn't necessarily reporting when he's needing to report about things because of potential possibilities of his background with the race that they were contacting. Because the Kelpians, he hasn't seen another Kelpian, so he's concerned that his captain isn't going to be communicating with him. I'd be a little pissed off too if I was this boss, quote unquote. If my team wasn't, communicating with me things that were happening that I was on a need to know basis, and this was kind of a need to know thing.
you have some good points there, Will. I see your point now. I guess I understand his situation. It just kind of struck me wrong after last week's surprise. Like, oh yeah, go do this. We don't need you.
I don't know. He was pretty supportive in the effort of, his condolences. I mean, that seemed pretty sincere to me.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so we get a fantastic scene of them in some kind of a room celebrating Giorgio's life. I thought it was great. I loved everybody's speech. Yeah, that whole scene was really awesome. And as we mentioned earlier, the scene where Michael actually says goodbye to Giorgio herself before she goes through the portal, I thought was just fantastic too. I mean, I didn't really cry, but I was emotional. I'm like, this is a really good scene. All right, so guys, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but yeah, I'm going to give this one an 8.5, maybe a 9.
Oh God.
The only reason I said that is because I think I gave every episode this season either an 8 or a 9. But yeah,
You have.
I know, that's why I was joking. So what did you guys think of this? Rated for me.
Well,
This one-
before you do, because one thing last episode we talked about is we were not going to rate part 1 because we wanted to wait until part 2 is out. So you've also got to make sure you rate the first part as well.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to say. Like the combined 2 episodes together, I'll give a 7. This episode alone, I'll give a 7.5. The last episode alone, I give a 6.
So that's like a 6.7.
No, I realize the math doesn't work out, and it doesn't have to because it's my damn rating. It's a 7.5.
Oh, math hard.
Will, what do you give it?
I'm going to give these 2 episodes combined an 8. I thought this was a fun adventure back into the Terran universe. I like the story. I like how we got to see the characters acting the polar opposites. One of the things that, and I didn't notice this in the intro on the first episode. I might have skipped over it, but I loved how everything was upside down. I don't know if you guys noticed that or not, but in the intro when the things were flying through space and the symbols, the Vulcan hand gesture, the ship flying through at the end, everything was actually mirrored. And I thought that was awesome. And I think this one was just a great watch. It was a fitting exit for a character that I think we've all kind of grown to appreciate when we actually get some fun dialogue and some interesting conversation out of her. Now, I don't think they've utilized her enough in the past several episodes. And it was good to actually see her shine again, if not for the last time. And I thought this was better than the exit that we got with the cyborg girl. Anybody?
I can't think of her name.
I can't either. I'm racking my brain. Can't think of it.
See, you can't even think of the name. But anyway, I thought this was fun. I thought I'm going to go ahead and give this one an 8, and that'd be a combined score of, that's an 8 on the other episode. For an 8 on this one would make this one. Brad's math, 8.2.
Her name was Ariam, and I totally agree.
Ariam.
I agree with almost everything you said there, Will. I loved getting to see some of the Terran characters that we didn't get to see before. That sounded interesting. And I like the whole Mirror Mirror universe. I completely missed them changing the intro, Will, upside down, because I usually skip that, but now I'm going to go back and just watch the intro again.
Yeah,
But
it was also a different color. I think it was a blue as opposed to yellow.
That's awesome. I didn't even know that. Giorgio went out with a bang. It was emotional. I thought it was a fantastic episode. The 2-part series, I'd give it a 9. I think it's a must-watch. It's just fantastic. Like, getting backstory that we didn't know before, getting 2 episodes to fill out Giorgio and get her out of there. And yeah, you're right, we hadn't seen her a lot this season, but that was why. Because they knew she was going to leave. They couldn't start any big story arc with her, you know?
Sure.
So the question is, the very first or very second episode, when she and the big-eyed guy, what's his name?
Linus?
Oh, Linus?
Linus, what happened? They make little Linus babies?
No, I'm telling you, that was that
No.
was her trying to get Linus to help her figure out where to get her off the ship, so that way she can go find Tilly and Saru.
So,
I think
Well,
you're looking too much into that.
of course, that's what I do every week, Will.
That's true. Is anybody else disappointed that we didn't get Lorca?
No, I'm not disappointed at all. Not
Oh,
even a little bit.
I wanted Lorca to come back. I just
Oh,
even for a
why?
split second, I was like, "Oh my god, where's he gonna be?"
Because he's awesome. I wanted to see him too. He's just a good actor. He's
Oh,
one
I don't
would-
have any. Like, Jason Isaacs is definitely a great actor, but I did not miss him in this. I did not miss the Lorca character.
I want to see him as Thrawn.
I do too. We've said that the last couple episodes. I absolutely want to see him as Thrawn.
All right, everybody. Any final thoughts?
Jason Isaacs, if you're listening to our episode, I really hope you come back as Thrawn and Mandalorian.
Does anybody else also a little bit disappointed the fact that we didn't really get too much more about the ship, and I was hoping we would end on something with them finding the ship. I
Well-
know they're kind of waiting for the last maybe episode of the season. I get it. But man,
Oh,
I was
no.
really hoping we would just get a little bit more than, we got the signal.
So, if you watch the previews, I think the whole next episode is all
I
about that.
did.
So,
I
but
did,
that's not the
I
final
wanted just a
episode, though.
taste. Well, I just want
Well-
more. I want a little bit more of a taste than just.
I'll tell you what I wanted that didn't happen. I wanted to see where Giorgio ended up when she went through the portal. I was like, oh God, are they going to show like just a quick scene so we kind of know? But they didn't.
Yeah, I think as we kind of had alluded to and mentioned before, that's how Section 31 is just going to start. She's going to walk through the port. We're going to see her coming out of the portal, and then just shit's going to happen.
Well, is it going to be her taking over her body like she did in the Terran world, where she just kind of, this is the day that Lorca tried to kill me, or is she like, well, how are they going to do that? I don't know.
Yeah, is she going to be in Prime or is she going to be in Terran?
Oh, I think she's definitely in Prime. Well, oh my God. Well, yeah, because there's not a Section 31 in Prime or in Terran
That we know of.
that we know of. That's true, but that might be cool. That'd be a whole new twist, wouldn't it? I can't see him doing that though, but that'd be cool.
So many options.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening to our podcast. You can check out all the rest of our content on our website, maturemindedgamers.com. Have yourself a great night.
Thank you.